everyone, my name is Emma from Emma's Parlor, and I'm going to teach you how to do a Dutch braid, going to the side, taking my entire head of hair and going over. Kind of inspired by Amber Fillerup. I love her, she's my hair idol. And yeah, you'll get to see that chunky, weavy looking braid. And so I just want to say that this is my very first tutorial. I'm so excited about it, and I'm excited to show you more in the future. So this is laced hair extensions, and I've used them as they're my clip-in extensions. It's just better to have more hair to work with when doing braids. And so if you have extensions at home, then that helps quite a bit. So what you want to start by doing, of course, is brushing the hair, putting a bit of oil through, and then getting a really nice sort of section wherever you like to part your hair type of thing. So I'm just going to kind of brush my hair so that there isn't a part that goes really far back. And you just want to be gentle when you have extensions in your hair with brushing your hair. You always want to be gentle, but especially with extensions. And so I'm just brushing it all kind of to go so that it easily goes this way. So here we go. So I'm going to start by bringing actually a little bit more over. There we go. As far over as you can for this type of braid. And I'm going to start by taking a good size of a piece of hair and just start to go in like I'm doing a French braid. But with Dutch braids, you're doing the opposite. So instead of going in, crossing over like that, you're crossing under. So I'm going to go under with this braid. And I'm doing it a couple of times in the beginning without incorporating more braid, just so I did that a little bit first before going in and taking a piece, just so that it gives it a better, like more of a secure look to it. So now I'm going to take hair and I'm going under, and I'm taking more hair from here, and I'm going under the middle. Always trying to remove tangle, hair that's going to be tangling. You always want to try and be pulling it tight. I'm so used to doing everybody else's hair all the time that it's a little bit, it's different for me to be doing my own hair and to be showing tutorials on my own hair. So this is kind of new for me, and so it's good that I'm doing it because I'm learning something new myself actually. So I'm kind of trying to keep it smooth, and I'm taking bigger and bigger pieces as I go along from my hair. And I'm just bringing it all under that middle section. And sometimes you just want to braid it a little bit to keep that shape going. And now I'm going to start bringing some from the side. So I'm taking a piece over, all the way over from the other side, and bringing it into my braid. And you can really choose to do that whenever works best. And you can always end up clipping the hair from the other side, you know, and bringing some of it loose, like if I want a piece loose in front of the face, just to kind of add a little bit of softness. Just braiding the rest because I've picked up all of the hair, and I'm just braiding the rest of the hair all the way down. And so if you kind of end up with a layer situation, you just bring some hair from the braid and keep going. Down, down, down. And so as you can see, I've kind of gone over my ear. A lot of people like to cover their ear just because then it makes for a softer look. And I've also made it somewhat close to my face so that I can kind of have it going across my forehead once I pull the braid out. That's the fun part. So now I'm just going, I've braided all the way down and I'm putting an elastic in. Not too tight so that I can pull out some of the braid. I'm going to use a bobby pin. I used gold ones for my hair because they're the lightest ones. They're like a light blondie gold. And I'm just, if there's any kind of hairs, like there's some on this side that are kind of falling out. So I'm just kind of going in and I'm twisting that hair, and I'll turn around so you can see. I'm twisting that hair and I'm taking my bobby pin, I'm not opening it, and I'm manipulating it and I'm sticking it in. And that kind of took care of, you want to make sure your extensions are covered. So you just want to have good access to mirrors where you can kind of see. It's nice to be able to see the back of your head. I have a situation in I have a setup in my bathroom upstairs where I can see the back of my head because of the way that the mirrors are. So it's kind of nice if you have something like that at home so you can see whether your extensions are showing. But I can kind of feel this out and make sure and see that it's sort of loose, or not loose, but I can see that it's not bumpy and that it's smooth, and my hair is kind of going over top of the extensions, so it's hiding. And I'm actually just gonna, I feel something back there. I'm gonna stick one more bobby pin in. There we go. And now I'm going to spray the hair to secure it in place. I might just take a tiny piece in the front here just to have it like come down and be a little softer. And I'm just going in and I'm spraying I'm just pinching this over the ear a little bit. And I'm spraying the braid and just to make sure that it all kind of stays. There we go. And I'm using TG hairspray. I love it. It's the workable kind. And it's nice to have a workable type of hairspray so that it doesn't make the hair crunchy. So now what I'm doing, so now that I have this shape in my hair, I'm going to start manipulating the braid by pinching it out like that. And you want to be gentle enough, but you also want to pull it out enough that it's going to, so you just have to be delicate with it. Delicate, but also, you know, giving it enough of a pulling so that you can actually see that it's a braid. So I'm just kind of pinching in a kind of a flat way and making it, and this is like the pancaking technique. I've heard this being called the pull apart braid, or the pancake braid. And I'm kind of holding this braid down as I'm doing it so that it's actually not, so it's pulling hair from the bottom of it and not pulling hair from this, making this skinnier. There's kind of a trick to the pancake braid of, you just kind of want to make sure you're not affecting the rest of the braid. You can see that there's a little bit happening right there, so I'm just going to stick another bobby pin in. I'm just going to roll it up and stick it in. Bobby pins can just fix everything. It's great. There we go. So now I'm just going back into my braid and pulling it apart. But yeah, so I am going in and I'm just doing that all the way to the bottom. I did this look on the Freckled Fox actually not too long ago. and I posted it on my Instagram. And that was really fun. She's such a sweet girl. It was great to meet her. And she always does amazing hair tutorials. I love her work on Pinterest, all over Pinterest. Every time I go on there, I see Freckled Fox and Amber fill her up. They're great people and they're really talented. But yes, so we've got a very chunky, and it's kind of nice to have a little bit of messiness in these braids. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm just spraying the braid to secure it in place, getting any kind of flyaways, and you can always smooth it over with your comb or with your, sometimes what I do is I'll spray and I'll use actually my spray can to smooth the flyaways, since our hands have oils in them from product and everything, and the flyaways can stick to our hands. It's nice to be able to use the spray can. So, oh, and there's a little bit coming through there. I'm just gonna poke that in and pull that down. Thank you everybody for watching. Here is a couple of different angles of the braid. I'll just kind of move back and forth, and I hope that that tutorial was helpful today. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more tutorials by Emma's Parlor. Bye!